Hello, it's Marissa, Mkissa Creations on Instagram and Mkissa here on Flosstube or YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch. There probably will be other crafts mixed in at some point. I do sew and crochet, but for right now we're primarily focusing on cross stitch. So this is episode number 17. It is Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day for those of you that celebrate. We had a nice day with our family. Our older daughter was at school and our younger daughter was home, so we took her out to lunch and to a candy store, and all in all just a happy fun day with our little family. I'm coming back to you fairly quickly because two exciting things happened and I had two giant finishes. So I'll get to those in a minute. I'm so excited. They've been things that I've been saying I'm going to finish time and time again on my videos and just hasn't happened, and it's finally happened. So I will share those with you shortly. I'm getting really excited about Market coming up. There's a couple designers that I'm like really waiting anxiously to see what they release, because I feel like every year it's just a fantastic display. And so I'm hoping for the same this year. I am really knocking off big finishes from my WIP list and, you know, in typical fashion, just getting ready to add some more giant projects to it. Yeah, I think big projects that are more my style now, not that these finishes aren't, they're just ones that I've had around for a really long time and just kind of want to modernize my stitching collection. So what I have been working on other than what I finished is, my WIP, my work in progress. Caterpillar Cross Stitches Deck the Halls Sal. It is from 2019. So definitely not on the older end of my projects, but it is one that I am ready to finish, and it is slated for a finish in WIPGO. I explained WIPGO in my last Flosstube video if you want to hear my explanation of it. If you want to hear the explanation of it from Jessie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, who created WIPGO, you can go to her Flosstube channel or check out the WIPGO, I think it's WIPGO 2022 Instagram. Either way, I'll put them below, and I'll put her Flosstube channel and I'll put the WIPGO Instagram handle down in the doobly-doo. But this is my Deck the Halls Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch as it is right now. So I'm getting there. I have wrapped presents and I believe it's like baked gingerbread underneath that to do. So I completed all of the mistletoe kiss since I picked this up. It's pretty. I love the colors. It's gonna get done, and that's exciting. So I will work on this for 4 more days this month, and then I am gonna pick up my Mirabilia Sleeping Princess, because that is the other WIPGO piece that got called this month. So I would really like to get my stitches into that. The Mirabilia Sleeping Princess piece, which I showed in my last video, and I'll show it in the next video after I get some progress on it. It is slated for like 10 days of work. So if I start it in 4 days, then I'll have 10 days of the end of the month to complete it. Like trying to like fight the urge to just like show you my finishes. But I think I'm just going to show you my finishes. So if you follow me on Instagram at MKissa Creations, you have already seen both of these finishes because I posted them. There was no way that I was waiting until a Flosstube video happened to post these and to say I finished them. I did, well, I'll tell you in a second. Hang on. All right, so Ocean ABCs by Design Works is done. It is done, it is done, it is done. So there it is in all its glorious glory. It is done. I am super happy about this project being finished. I am also, I love it. I love it to death. I stitched, so these last two shells that I stitched towards the end, my grandmother, on my dad's side, she had an amazing seashell collection, and her sister was also a cross stitcher, my great aunt, and she didn't teach me to cross stitch. She just always had cross stitch hanging around her house. So while I was stitching those last two of the shells part of this, I just was really like thinking about them, and I just added a bunch of love into this piece, and it made it just really, really, really happy. I was trying to figure out what my favorite block was, and I can't quite decide between the crab and the jellyfish. Those both are just, I love them both. The crab's just so bright and fun. I'm married to a Cancer, maybe that's why, I don't know. But just such a cool piece, and I am proud of it being finished. It is gonna get framed and hung in my kiddo's bathroom, hopefully next week. So next time you see that for one last time in a video, it'll be in its fancy finish frame. All right. The other one that I finished, I got some needle minders sticking together on here. Hang tight. Yikes. Okay, hold on. This one's kind of, oh goodness. Okay. All right, so, really? Alrighty. Okay, this is Long Dog Samplers Bienvenue. It is birth sampler for my younger daughter, who was born in 2017. So this has obviously been a long time coming, but it's done. Oh, weirdly placed needle minders, sorry. Just kind of trying to not have all of her information privy to the whole world. But so I chose these colors. It's kind of course I didn't bring my thingamadoodle today. What do I have? Sorry, it's gonna be noisy for a second. Here we go. In true mom fashion, let's put this on some Legos. On the Lego board. There we go. Okay. Yep, that's what I have sitting next to me, so that's what's going on. So, the colors in this are Clay Pot from Classic Colorworks, Frosted Sage from Classic Colorworks, oh shoot, I forget what the other ones are, but I have them all in my other videos. They're there. You can hear them. The coolest thing, I should let me just take this house off the back of here so I can hold this more easily. That's fine. Just deconstructing some Legos. Okay. So, what I ended, oh, the sun is kind of interesting, although I might be getting really true colors. The cool part of this piece is that it has room for initials for not only the parents, but the grandparents too. So, let's see. So I chose to do all maiden initials so that you could really see maiden name initials, you know what I mean? So that you could really see like how the initials kind of go down into hers. Anyways, so like, yikes, there we go. So me and my husband, yeah, his initials are man, kind of cool. And then his parents, so A-N and D-G. And then my parents' initials are separate. Oh, yay. It's that time of day. So I have B-Y. And JD. And it just so happened that his parents are still together and my parents separated before my dad passed away. And so my parents' initials are separate and his parents' initials are together. So this is obviously not a baby sampler for the faint of heart, and definitely is one that, you know, you're going to put some time into, but I think it was worth it. It's beautiful. I love the motifs. None of them were crazy, like none of them took a long time. I don't know, I feel like long dogs, you feel like they're going to take a long time and it looks overwhelming, but it really isn't. It really is one stitch at a time and one motif at a time, and you get little finishes along the way when you finish all the little things. I feel like the like Blackbird Designs piece that I'm stitching is like that too, and same with Consider the Lilies. You just gotta count the little victories every time you finish something. I think that was like the hard part of this one, is that like the little victories were not that little. Some of them were like really time consuming. So when you got on one of those, like the lighthouse, does not seem that time, but it was like a lot of color changes. There's a lot of different colors in there. And then the back stitch. And so it took a while, and it wasn't like oh, I finished that little dilly-wop in one night. It was like, that took me 2.5 weeks because I was like unmotivated. Anyways. So that's really all I've stitched on, because that was kind of involved. Although, so the long dog samplers, like I really didn't have to put in that much more to get it done, which is kind of crazy that I let it languish for that as long as I did. But it's done. It's going to go to the framers. I think I'm going to be taking it to Michael's hopefully next week. And we'll get that. And then the Ocean ABCs I'm just going to frame myself because it is 16 by 20. So I have a piece of 16 by 20 sticky board, and it's going to go into a white frame and onto the wall in the girls' bathroom, which is ocean and tiki themed. I've probably said that a million times. Let's see. Okay. So Stitchy Kindness. I got a Stitchy Kindness. I got a Stitchy Kindness from Hillery from, what is she? She used to be Rustic Threads. I think now she's Rustic Threads Stitching. And if you watch her videos, then you saw this in her video, and I about lost my mind when she posted it, and it was so stinking cute. So this is a Lindy Stitches pattern. It's a little adorable hedgehog. I feel like her name is Henrietta Hedgehog, but I might be making that up. And that might be like another children's book hedgehog name. I am not positive. But she made it so that this could come off, as there's a magnet underneath here. And then she filled this jar with like fabric and trim and a bunch of buttons and a scissor fob. Oh, and these cards. And I'm like, oh cool, she used playing cards. They're blank. They're from like a magic card deck. And I was like, that is so cool. So I'm really excited because I'm going to use these. She made them into thread keeps. I'm going to use them probably on my next project. And I feel like with the shininess, because they're playing cards, like I might actually be able to like use a wet erase marker. I'm going to test it first. And like write on them and then erase it. Wet erase. Like a baby wipe or something. Or a towel and some water. Who knows? But so I'm excited to try that. I'm sorry if you're hearing little voices in the background. My kiddos are upstairs. Usually when we don't give them electronics very often, but when I'm doing videos, we often give them like a Kindle Fire Kids tablet to play with. But the last couple times we've given them those, it has been not great afterwards. So in order to avoid a not great evening, we're gonna not give them those. So little voices are happening in the background, but they're being good. They're occupied. Excuse me, that was gross. So Hillary made all of this. There's all sorts of buttons in here, all little trims, some fabric, some sparkly fabric. This is my first, what do you call it? Like sparkly fabric. What is it called? I can't think of the name. But this is the first piece of sparkly fabric I've ever had. So that's exciting. And so Hillary, I met Hillary at our very first Frugal Yankee retreat that Lynette Homesteading on the Homefront put on down in Massachusetts. I haven't been able to go, well, our next Frugal Yankee got canceled because of the vid. And then the following ones I haven't been able to get myself to. But Hillary and I at the first Frugal Yankee, we were both stitching on Prairie Schoolers Hocus Pocus, and she just showed hers in her last video. And I'm gonna go dig through my pictures, and I'm gonna try to find a picture of the two of us holding our Hocus Pocus pieces, because I'm pretty sure I have it. I know she's stitching hers in orange, and I know she also pulled, like, I think the gaze, which I put in the middle of mine, was like from, it was not included in the original like layout, but it was like a bonus ornament that they gave you. And so I know she put that into hers too. I don't know what other changes she made, but I think she kind of wiggled hers around as well. So thank you, Hillary. Hillary is also doing a stitch kit pass. So where you stitch something, a small in your collection, and then you kit it up for another friend and pass it along. I don't have anything that I'm wanting to do that with at this moment, but I love this. So I am going to make one of these to just gift to a stitchy friend, and they can decide whether they're going to do the same thing or not. It's up to them when they get it. And I picked out my pattern, so this is going to be a new start this week. This comes from my collection of tomato pincushion patterns that I have collected, and it says my soul is fed with needle and thread. So I'm going to stitch that up and put it on a jar that I will fill with all sorts of goodies and then send to a special stitchy friend, and then they can decide whether or not they want to pass that on. So perhaps we will have to come up with a new hashtag if that ends up being a thing. She also sent me this sticker. It is from the Northern Maine Brewing Company in Caribou, Maine, which is where Hillery is, which is like way, way up there in Maine. And she sent that to me, I think, because she knows that my floss box is covered in brewery stickers. So most of these are from either here or our drive out here. Like, this is Margeaux, this is in like Havasu. This one's from Albany, New York. This one's from Moab, Utah. This one's from Southern California. This one, I can't remember. It doesn't say the name of the brewery. It only says the name of the beer. It's called Imperial Pumpkin. And it's an ale brewed with pumpkin, cold pressed coffee. It's either St. Louis or Pittsburgh. I think it's St. Louis. I'm almost positive it's St. Louis, but I can't remember for sure. I know we walked there, and I know we also went to a baseball game in whatever town it was in, and both of those towns fit that bill. I'm pretty sure it's St. Louis. It doesn't say the name of the brewery. They didn't have any stickers for the brewery. They just had the stickers that were on their tap handles, and he had extras, so he gave me one and our server. And so that's why I managed to snag that one, even though it's not really a brewery. I think that is all the Stitchy Kindnesses I have. Let's do haul. Let's do haul. Haul is small. Small is haul. Haul is small. I actually haven't been buying too much, although I do have stuff. Color and Cotton released some ready to ship fabrics, so I definitely have a Color and Cotton fabric coming. But I haven't ordered any patterns. I am waiting for Market. I did order from my friend Margeaux, who just opened an Etsy shop, and I will link her Etsy shop and her Instagram handles, both her crochet shop and her just crafty Instagram, so that you can see. But she's a cross stitcher and a crocheter, and she made these tomato pin cushions, and I could not flip and resist. So I have a teeny tiny collection of antique tomato pin cushions, and this will live with them. And then the sweet thing that she also sent for my kiddos a narwhal. Narwhals, narwhals swimming in the ocean. So we sing the narwhal song a lot in this house. So I love this little narwhal. Also, not a horn, it's a tooth. Just in case you didn't know, fun narwhal facts. And a dragonfly. So her stuff is adorable. I know she has the tomato pin cushions listed in her shop, and I think she has some strawberries in there, and I don't know if she has the narwhal and the dragonfly, but keep an eye on her shop because I'm sure those are going in there because they are super cute. And then I also got I'm trying to try out some new fabric dyers and kind of see what is existing out there. So I got the Forbidden Fiber Company Fabric of the Month for this month, and it's really pretty. It's very neutral, but it's very red. It is, let's see if I double it over. That's pretty accurate color-wise. like pinky reds and then like tan. It is called Woodland, and it is the February fabric of the month. So I added that into my mix. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, when I'm going to use it, but it is here. I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know how much, it's a lot of modeling. I think I like my fabrics to be a little bit more subtle. So I don't know if I will, it's pretty and I like it and I'm sure I'll find something to stitch on it. I just don't know if that's, for a neutral, it's too much. I would rather it be a little bit more subtle. I think that's it. Sorry for being short. I know you got like a movie last time. But I figured short and sweet, we'll get it done. I'll get you guys out there, get you guys out of here. There's a lot of great Flosstube videos to watch, and you don't need to listen to me repeat the same thing over and over again. So I will be, oh, you know what? I will show you my WIPGO board so you can see what it looks like right now. Just for fun. I guess I should also put, oh, I did put my finish on in my notes. Okay. So now my WIPGO board looks like this. So the only one that is crossed out that has also been called is my free square. But I have two other finishes. So those have been crossed out that are not, that haven't been called yet. So in the months that those get called, I will have some free time. And I will pick other things to stitch. Or I might have brand new market releases in my hand. So that will happen when that happens. I will continue to work on Deck the Halls for a couple more days, and then I will work on Sleeping Princess. So you'll get to see those next time, and then you'll get to see probably whatever Jessie calls this month, because we only have 13 more days till she calls another number. I think she might be calling them early because it's February and it's a short month and things and stuff. But other than that, I think you're good. You probably don't need to hear anything else from me. And we can go. So I hope you all have a great week. Enjoy February, this super duper short month that already seems to be flying by after January slogged on and on. And I'll see you when I see you. Stay healthy, stay happy, and happy stitching. Bye.